Johnny Green, his music, his piano, his orchestra. In this program, we look at the life and the music of Johnny Green, played by his piano and orchestra. Johnny Green, composer, conductor, arranger and pianist, was born in New York City on October 10th, 1908, the son of Irma and Vivian Green. Though neither of his parents was a professional musician, both were deeply interested in music, played the piano well, and Johnny was brought up in an environment filled with interest in music, the theatre and the arts. He was educated at the Horace Mann School in New York, the New York Military Academy and Harvard University, from where he graduated in 1928 at the age of 19 with a degree in economics. His formal musical education was practically nil. He did, however, study piano with Hermann Wassermann and Ignaz Hilsberg, and managed to squeeze in a course or two in harmony and counterpoint during his 4 years at Harvard. While in college, Johnny played saxophone and was the arranger for the football band. During the summer of his junior year, he went to Cleveland as arranger for the newly formed Guy Lombardo Band, and during that first summer in Cleveland, he collaborated with Carmen Lombardo and Gus Kahn on the writing of his first hit song, Coquette.
Tell me why you keep fooling, little coquette, making fun of the ones who love you. Breaking heart you are ruling, little coquette. True hearts tenderly dreaming of you. Someday you'll fall in love as I fell in love with you. Maybe someone you love will just be fooling. Oh, and when you're all alone with only regret, you'll know, little coquette, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Upon graduation from Harvard, Johnny joined a banking firm on Wall Street. He managed to stick at this job for about 6 months, and he then kicked over the traces, renounced his career in finance, and decided to be a professional musician, despite parental objections. In the ensuing 6 months, he acted as accompanist for Gertrude Lawrence, and it was during this period that he met the lyricist Edward Hayman, and together they wrote as a special piece of material for Miss Lawrence, Body and Soul.
My heart is sad and lonely. For you I sigh, for you, dear only. Why haven't you seen it? I'm all for you, body and soul. I spend my days in longing and wondering why it's me you're wronging. I tell you I mean it. I'm all for you, body and soul. I can't believe it, it's hard to conceive it, that you turn away romance. Are you pretending it looks like the ending? Unless I could have one more chance to prove, dear, my life a wreck you're making. You know I'm yours for just taking. I'd gladly surrender myself to you, body and soul.
Late in 1929, Johnny took a job as rehearsal pianist at Paramount's Astoria, Long Island studio. He soon became staff orchestrator, then assistant conductor, and then the scorer conductor. While under contract to Paramount, Johnny did long stretches as a house conductor and master of ceremonies at the New York and Brooklyn Paramount Theatres and also at the State Theatre in Minneapolis. It was during the period from 1930 to 1933 that he also served as piano accompanist and arranger for Ethel Merman and James Melton, and turned out several of his biggest hit songs. These included I'm Yours, Out of Nowhere, Easy Come, Easy Go, and I Cover the Waterfront.
I cover the waterfront, I'm watching the sea. Will the one I love be coming back to me? I cover the waterfront in search of my covered by a starless sky above. Here am I, patiently waiting, hoping and longing. Oh, how I yearn. Where are you? Are you pretending? Do you remember? Will you return? I cover the waterfront. I'm watching the sea for the one I love must soon come back to me.
In 1933, Johnny went to London to compose the score for Jack Buchanan's Mr. Whittington, which ran for over a year at the London Hippodrome. Upon his return from London, Johnny began his broadcasting career as the first conductor, arranger and MC of the famous CBS In the Modern Manner concerts. This show won the Radio Stars Award as the Outstanding Musical Program of the Year. Within 5 weeks of the start of the program, he was signed by General Motors to the Oldsmobile program with Ruth Etting.
Came to me from out of nowhere. You took my heart and found it free. Wonderful dreams, wonderful schemes from nowhere made every hour sweet as a flower to me. If you should go back to your nowhere, leaving me with a memory, I'll always wait for your return out of nowhere, hoping you'll bring your love to bring your love to me.
Following stints on the Etting and Jack Benny radio programs, Johnny went into a solid year on the Packard Hour, on which he was co-starred with Fred Astaire. In the year following the Packard Hour, he devoted himself to serious composition, after which he reorganised his band and went on as star of the Coast to Coast Philip Morris programs. Johnny gave up the band in 1940 and was then commissioned by the eminent producer George Abbott to write the score for Beat the Band, which show contained the tune The Steam is on the Beam.
Steam is on the beam. The party's at the joint is jumping. The steam is on the beam. The janitor is making with the jive.
Crank, 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 crank.
He's making with the pipes.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
The radiator starts to rip it. The boiler keeps alive. The jive when all the pipes are taking fire.
Crank, knock, knock, crank, crank.
Ah, Dixieland beat. A mess of licks from Chicago. The New Orleans heat. It ain't got glamour, but it's a jammer. Clank, clank, hard steam is on the beam.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It doesn't want to know from ballads.
Clank, clank, clank.
No tenor from Vienna or a Nicky from Waikiki in the cross. Tonight the steam is on the beam, but loud.
Clank, 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 clank.
Boom, boom, knock, knock, boom, boom, boom. Shh.
There's no tenor from Vienna or a Nicky from Waikiki in the crowd. Tonight the steam is on the beam. Steam is on the beam.
Although the show Beat the Band wasn't all it might have been, The Steam is on the Beam was hailed by many as among the outstanding production numbers ever to have been seen on the New York stage. In 1942, Johnny found himself in Culver City, California, at the studios of MGM. At the famous studio, he built up an imposing list of credits working on such picks as Broadway Rhythm, Bathing Beauty, Weekend at the Waldorf, The Sailor Takes a Wife, Easy to Wed, Cynthia, and Fiesta. During his tenure at Metro, he conducted the second half of the first Motion Picture Academy concert at the Hollywood Bowl, sharing the podium with no less a person than the great Leopold Stokowski. Johnny was also the musical director and conductor at the Academy Awards presentation in 1946. He left Metro at the end of December 1946 to join the musical staff of Universal International, where his first assignment was composing, directing, orchestrating and arranging the score for the Deanna Durbin film Something in the Wind.
You're mine, you belong to me, I will never free you. You're here with me to stay.
You're mine, you.
You're mine, you are mine completely. Love me strong or sweetly. I need you night and day.
Oh, arm in arm, hand in hand,
we will be found together.
Heart to heart, lips to lips,
We're chained and bound together. I own you. I don't need to buy love. You're a slave to my love. In every way, you're mine.
Johnny returned to MGM in 1948 as General Musical Director and received Academy Awards for Easter Parade in 1948 and An American in Paris in 1951. During the 1950s, he branched out as conductor with the Hollywood Bowl, the Denver Symphony and the Philadelphia Orchestra, and at the Los Angeles Philharmonic concerts from 1959 to 1963. It was during that stage of his life that he dropped the Johnny for the more respectable John. Later, he regularly wrote for and appeared on TV, composing and as a producer for Lucille Ball's Desilu Productions. He died of pulmonary edema in Beverly Hills on the 15th of May, 1989. Music in this program was played by Johnny Green and his orchestra, with vocals by Barbara Ames, Ralph Blaine and the Kay Thompson Singers. Johnny Green, his music, his piano, his orchestra, was written, narrated and produced for Lanier Enterprises by Alex Hare.
Thank you.